But until my will runs dry, sin die over me, baby.
Well, this is story time, part one of how I got indicted and went to prison as a single mother then with 4 kids. So basically, I thought I was going to play trick for treat, and this is what I was tricking in and got me caught up behind those balls. So what happened was I was coming out of an abusive relationship with my son's father, and I had 4 children, and I was like, by any means necessary, I was going to take care of my kids. So my brother was in prison. He was in state prison. He had been there for a little while, whatever, went to prison when I was 13. I don't know, they ain't my business. So he met a man in there named Adon that said he could show us how to get to a bag. All I knew was a bag, meaning it was going to take care of my kids. So if I didn't have to test mattresses, baby, I was going to take care of them. My brother knew this man that was in prison with him, and the guy was like, he wanted to talk to different girls and everything like that. Back in those days, in 2006, 2007, your girl was living in Brown Sub, and I thought I was a madam. I don't know if y'all know what a madam is, but if you don't, look it up on your own time. So he wanted to talk to different girls, and my best friend, Q, she was real cute, red with the green eyes. I told her, I said, I got this man that he talking about, he would be a little coinsy, and I need you to talk to him. And that's what she did. She talked to him, and we talked business, me and him. So the business talking, I couldn't tell him what he was going to send her or whatever, because keep in mind, he was in prison. But what he know was he had to pay. So that's exactly how I went. I hooked him up. It was the book for the hook, like you booked the look. Then we began to talk business. He already know I wasn't finna be playing in my tackle box. So I'm not saying that's what she was doing. I don't know. I went in the call. He told me I got a way that I could drop the bag. All you got to do is open up bank accounts. So guess what? That right there, the get was getting good. New cars, new bag, new shoes. That's us. But your girl ain't even know she was doing fraud until she got that call in 2011 from the Marshalls. Well, I guess they want to know, so you got to let the people know. Here's part 2 of how I got caught up and sent to the feds with 4 small children back then. Well, you guys, it is what it is, and it was what it was, but your girl had to make them coins to take care of those little picnics. So my brother had introduced me to the Don. Yes, he held the name like weight. Like you was in the studio or in the gym, wherever y'all be playing, like y'all work it out. So, he said, all you have to do is get the names. I didn't understand what he meant by then, because I was like, baby, people got to tell you their name. You don't know their name? So you know how you be when a person come to you saying they got a lick or a way that you going to go ahead and build that bag so you can hear that ching, jang, jang, jang. You don't ask too many questions. And me being a mother of 4 back then, I didn't ask any questions. Really didn't. I just was in a place that I was like, you know what? I got to see what this really is. And how he was explaining it made me feel like. So in the meantime, in between time, what I did was just elevate my mind. Because I was already doing credit card fraud and check fraud. Yeah, that part there. When the trend was a little smaller, I started out at Winn-Dixie on 183rd and 2nd. They closed now, so y'all don't even try to report that, telling people that. Because y'all know some of them haters to try to go wake somebody up out their grave. Get up to the ancestors. Anyway, that's how I started being in an abusive relationship. And, back then, I didn't know about how to get food stamps and everything like that. I just knew I was a mother of 4 and my children had to eat. So like I told y'all, by any means necessary, that's what we're going to do. So it started out there at the Winn-Dixie. A lady by the name of Priscilla. I said her name. Okay, it is what it is. This is my story. I was living in Red Gates on 183rd and off of 22nd Avenue. I was on the A side, A-Town, stomp, y'all better know. And that's when it all began. She taught me how to make checks. And that's what grew to the bigger thing that created a greater hunger that led to them 4.2 millions. So you all, I was creating checks. And in the creation process is you changing the number, right? Not the last 4 digits. Now, this is not, let me give a disclaimer. So y'all would not go in there and try to do none of this stuff there, because yes, it still works, but don't do it, because you see where I had to go. But one thing about me, I was going to take care of my 4, baby. So it was meant changing them numbers or changing your shoes. It was going to get changed. And I was changing everything until them alphabet boys came. Well, y'all, this is part 3 of how I went to prison back then. Federal prison with them 4 small kids. Well, yeah, when those alphabet boys came, the I, the R, and the S, yeah, y'all know the U.S. Marshals, because some of y'all aunties, uncles, parents, or whatever come been visited by them. So y'all gonna heard about them. So when they came, the people called the phone. They called my phone. Hello, Miss Wright. I was right then. I say, hello. Yeah, this is Miss Wright. They had like they was Betty. I was Shirley. However they was acting. But how you doing today? I'm doing great. Who are you? This is U.S. Marshal such and such, such and such. And we need to talk to you about where are you? He left me hanging like that on that about. I'm like, who are you? So when he said who he was, he said where he wanted to meet me at. And y'all know I was in Jacksonville at the time. Not living there. I was there to get my hair done. Old boy pulled up. They called the phone again. I gave them the location of where I was. A person that was in the car with me. Yeah, ain't no person. It was my brother, my oldest brother. And when they called me on the phone, he was like, well, Miss Wright, we're such and such. And where are you? He started asking me names. Like, do you know such and such? I was like, do you know such and such? Then he called my brother name. Do you know? I got stuck, y'all, like... So they pulled up. They came to my location. I parked the car across the street from where they was. And me, when they called, asked about my brother, I was like, bro, you lay down in the back seat. Baby, when I walk across the street over there in the place where they was at, I'm walking like cool as a cucumber. Because remember, y'all, that was 2006, 2007. We in 2011. I want to know what the U.S. Marshal want with me. Baby, when I went in there, the questions started. So this is part 4 of how I went to prison back then, federal prison with 4 small children. So when the questions started, y'all know I got out of the car, I'm walking all over there like, The questions started, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Because I was confused. Because he went to talking about 2006. Baby, it's now 2011. What are we talking about? So he went asking all type of questions, like, did I buy a yacht? Did I know this person? Did I go into a bank? I'm looking at him like, baby, wait a minute, what you talking about? I just told you, you said 2006, this is 2007. You asking me about Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. What are you asking about me? This person right here sitting in front of you. So he going through all these questions. Old boy did something I wouldn't believe. He had, like we was at a movie or something. He took off a CD. He popped it in. I'm listening. He looking. I'm looking. He listening. I listen. It's 2 people talking. A lady and a man. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all. Yeah, that was me. But he was like, do you recognize that voice? Who is that? That ain't me. So he was saying all that. I'm listening to the conversation, listening real good, trying to look at him, trying to see if he really knew my voice and all that like that. He started talking, well, Miss Wright. Then I was right. We know this you, and a lot of people told us this was you, and it sounded like you was sir. I changed my voice. Sir, you know how it be when you in something, sir. I don't know who the they is and who the people talking about, but that ain't me. Period. That's not me. You telling me that's me? How you know that's me? Because that ain't me. So he's sitting up there looking at me. Baby, I thought it was over. I thought it was a wrap. Thought it was a tap, tap, knock, knock. But in 2013, I got another top at the door.